Hi everyone. I hope you're hearing me and I hope you're seeing me. So welcome to today's live stream. Today we are going to be talking about sleep. Everybody sleeps. No matter what you do, no matter the kind of place you live, you must sleep. Because sleep is one of those natural things that we do as human beings. But it will interest you to know that research has been done on sleep. In fact, quite a lot of research has been done on sleep. And it has been noticed that sleep plays a vital role when it comes to weight balance, when it comes to reducing stress, when it comes to having a good livelihood, a healthy lifestyle. Sleep has been shown to play a very, very vital role. In fact, sleep has been known to play a very good role when it comes to cognitive function, according to research. So if sleep has all these advantages, how can you enjoy this advantage of sleep? That is why today I'm going to be talking about the 8 health benefits of sleeping on your left side. If you're joining me for the first time, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Enorita James. I am a clinical research scientist working and living in Germany. I worked for over 20 years in Nigeria as a medical lab scientist. Welcome to my channel. In my channel, I talk about preventive health because I believe prevention is always better and cheaper than cure. So let's go straight to today's topic. What is the number one benefit of sleeping on your left side? Why does research recommend that when we sleep at night, we should sleep on our left side? The number one benefit is the benefit it has when it has to do with your heart. So what has sleep got to do with your cardiovascular system? When you lie on your left side, your heart tends to come a little bit lower, and it creates a space, allowing your heart to pump blood without any kind of pressure. And when your heart is not pressurized to pump blood, of course, you're going to have a very good circulatory system. Blood is going to be pumped to every part of your tissues, to every part of your organs. And that is very vital when it has to do with the functionability of your organs. In fact, according to the American Heart Association, in the year 2020, they incorporated sleep, the action of sleeping, as one of the ways or natural ways you can have a good functioning cardiovascular system. So that is the number one benefit of sleeping on your left side, the benefit to your heart. That is why most times when there's anything wrong with your blood pressure, they normally tell you to, record your blood pressure best time you wake up in the morning, and then later in the day. If you ever try to check your blood pressure when you wake up, after a very well-rested night, a deep sleep, on your left side, you will notice that the blood pressure is not as high, especially if you have previously been diagnosed as hypertensive. It's normally very, very okay. So that is one of the reasons why, according to research, you should sleep on your left side. What is the number 2 reason? The number 2 health benefits that happens to you when you sleep on your left side. A lot of people are going to be interested in this. When you sleep on your left side, you stop snoring. A lot of people will be happy to hear this. And the reason I'm bringing it as number 2 is because snoring has been related to cardiovascular problem. In fact, it has been one of the risks of cardiovascular problems. Cardiovascular simply means heart problem. Forget the big grammar. So how is snoring related to heart problems? When you sleep on your back, there is a pressure on your neck, and your tongue sort of moves backwards and block your windpipe. So your airwaves is blocked. So you struggle to breathe in air into your lungs when you're sleeping. And for some people, that struggle is so much. So your windpipe begins to make noise as you struggle to take in air. And that is the snoring noise that you make when you're sleeping on your back. The problem is that when that gets too bad, it reaches a stage where you struggle so hard to get air, and it reaches a stage where you stop breathing for some few milliseconds. And at that second, your brain wakes you up. That is why you discover that if you snore, for people that snore, they tend to wake up many times in the night. They tend to wake up to try to adjust. And that particular time of searching for air and waking up is what is known as sleep apnea. And this sleep apnea is one of the things that has been known to be one of the high risk factors for coronary heart disease. Because when you keep waking up suddenly like that, it is not good for your heart. So that is why research says sleep more on your left. Because when you sleep on your left, with your head a little bit lifted, you clear your airways. You're able to breathe in very well. You're able to take in, air into your lungs. So that is the number 1 advantage of sleeping on your left. You prevent yourself from having sleep apnea. You prevent snoring. Let's get to number 3. And number 3 advantage of sleeping on your left side has to do with your brain. Today, over 80% of the aged are being diagnosed as having dementia and Alzheimer's disease. If you don't know what Alzheimer's disease is, it's a disease that tends to make you forget things too much. Naturally, as you grow older, you tend to forget things. But there is a natural forgetfulness that is different from a forgetfulness that has to do with dementia and Alzheimer's. So recently, researchers found out that when you sleep on your left side, there is a system that is called glymphatic system. Glymphatic system. Most of us are familiar with the lymphatic system, which I'm going to talk about next. But this particular one is called a glymphatic system. And this system is a system that has been discovered that helps to remove waste from the brain when we sleep. In fact, it is said that that is what makes you feel very, very smart when you wake up, especially after you've had a very good night's sleep. When you wake up after a very deep, rested sleep, you discover that you tend to do things sharply. Your mind is sharp. You're smart. You feel like you can take up the whole world. You're in a good mood. It is because this glymphatic system, through your sleep, has removed a lot of waste from your brain. And this is one of the things that research says will actually help to reduce the onset of dementia. So if you do not want to begin to forget too much, start sleeping on your left side. Because according to research, when you sleep on your left side, you really enhance this glymphatic system to be able to remove all the waste that has accumulated in your brain. So that is the third health reason. The fourth one has to do also with lymphatic system. That is the difference. The glymphatic system has to do with your brain, while the lymphatic system has to do with your whole system. We know that the lymphatic system removes waste from our bodies, but what we don't know that most of the lymphatic system, they are located on our left side. So when we lie down on our left side, we're actually helping it to do its work naturally, to be able to remove waste, that has accumulated during the day. Waste we get from what we breathe in, toxic waste and all that, removing of waste from our system. So sleeping on your left side actually helps your lymphatic system to work very well. So that's number 4. So we are halfway through. Number 5 reason why you should start today to sleep on your left side, according to research, is that your digestive system is actually helped when you sleep on your left side. How does this happen? Before I go on, I want to let you know that this talk I'm giving to you is for an information talk. It doesn't mean that if you sleep on your back or you sleep on your right, that you're going to be falling sick. No. It simply means that by virtue of our physiology, by virtue of the way our organs are placed in our bodies, you will get more advantage when it has to do with your health when you sleep on your left side. So having said that, let me continue with how sleeping on your left side can actually improve digestion. Your stomach, our stomach is located on our left side. And there's an organ that is called the pancreas. It is located behind the stomach. So when you sleep on your left side, naturally, according to the gravity, the pancreas is free and is able to release a lot of digestive enzymes, which is needed to digest the remaining food that has not been digested. Because normally when you eat, you're not supposed to go and sleep immediately. When you eat, you're supposed to sit down a little bit and allow the food to digest so that you will not end up having indigestion or bloating and all that. You allow the food to digest before you go and sleep. But most times the food might not completely digest, especially as you're growing older. That is why it's advised as you're growing older, you eat earlier before you go to sleep. But if you want the digestion to be faster, you sleep on your left, because you give room for your pancreas to release a lot of digestive enzymes that will digest the food that is remaining in your system, which is very, very vital for you. So that is how it helps digestion. It's just due to gravity. By the way you're sleeping on that side, you're helping the pancreas to be able to release the digestive enzymes. And that brings me to number 6, is it? I think so. Number 6. The number 6 reason why you should sleep on your left side. As I said, our tummy or stomach is on our left side. It's on the left side of our body. And it actually empties waste into the large intestine, small intestine, and of course the colon. So when you're sleeping on your left side, you're helping the tummy through gravity to empty any waste product into the intestines and into the colons. What does that mean? It means that in the morning, you'll be able to have a very good bowel movement when you sleep on your left. But let me say something about that. If by any reason you ate something that was not too good for your stomach, you ate something and you find that you're stooling. Maybe you ate around 6 p.m. and by 7 or 7:30, you find yourself going to toilet. By 8:30, you go to toilet again an hour later. After you've taken an ORT, as I said, this is an exceptional situation. After you've taken an ORT stands for oral rehydration therapy. It simply means replacing the electrolytes that you have lost because of stooling. Father is always the first thing to do if you find yourself stooling or vomiting. You have to immediately replace the electrolytes, because that is what actually causes people to, slump, because they have lost vital electrolytes. That is sodium and potassium, which is very vital for the heart. So I don't want to be distracted. When, let's say, you stool because you ate something your system did not agree too much with, and you stooled like that, it is better you sleep on your right side. What I'm telling you, I myself have done it several times. After you've done that ORT, sleep on your right side. You find out that you will not have the urge to go to the toilet, because nothing is emptying into your colon as at that time, because you're sleeping on your right. So these are exceptional situations that might cause you to sleep on your right, and it works very well to prevent that situation from reoccurring. But if you have a normal day, eat your normal food, you don't have any problems, and you want to have a good bowel movement in the morning, sleep on your left side. Because by that, you're now helping your tummy to empty naturally into your colon. And again, when you sleep on your left side, you stop what is called acid reflux. Now, acid reflux is the same thing as heartburn. There are some people, when you eat, you feel as if the food is not going down. You feel there's a heartburn, That simply means that gas from your tummy is entering your esophagus, the tube that takes food to your tummy. Because your tummy naturally is acidic. When food enters, it releases HCl, hydrochloric acid, to kill off any bacteria that might have come in with the food. So if you sleep on your right side, the food might tend to want to come up because it is not emptying. That is why when you sleep on your left, the food empties gradually. So there's just no way you can have that acid reflux. But if you have frequent acid reflux and you frequent heartburn, it is better you learn to sleep on your left side. It helps a lot. But that should not take the place of meeting your doctor or your physician for your treatment. I'm just telling you information and natural things you can do to reduce the effect of certain things, and also to prevent certain, health problems from happening. So that is about the seventh one, the sixth one. So let's go to the seventh one. What effect does sleeping on your left side got to do with your lungs? Yes, there's an advantage to your lungs when you sleep on your left side. The lung is lying near the heart, and there's a reason why God made it so, for the lungs to lie near the heart. Because most times when you breathe in oxygen into your lungs, there is a place in your lungs that is called the alveoli. I don't want to go into the details of the anatomy of the lungs, but just know that there is something in your lungs that is called the alveoli that exchanges oxygen for carbon dioxide that you breathe out. And then it's good to know that your lungs is lying down on a flexible muscle called the diaphragm. This diaphragm is flexible because when you breathe in, your lung expands and the diaphragm expands, allowing your lung to expand. When you breathe out, the lung collapses and the diaphragm collapses. So when you're sleeping on your left, the diaphragm is not under pressure. Unlike if you sleep on your tummy. If you sleep flat on your tummy, your lung is struggling to breathe in, to expand to its fullest, to take in enough oxygen that will be passed to the blood through your heart so it can pass into all your system and is able to spread oxygenated blood to every tissue and to every organ of your system to cause it to function very well. Without oxygen, nothing will really happen in your body. Oxygen is needed for all the activities to release energy for anything to happen in your body. So it is very important that you're breathing into your lungs and allowing your lungs to expand to its fullest. And that can happen when you're sleeping on your left, sleeping on the left side of your body, because you've allowed the diaphragm to be free enough to expand such that the lungs can expand to its fullest. So that is one of the health advantages to your lungs when you sleep on the left side of your body. Now, the very last one, the advantages of sleeping on your left side when it has to do with your kidneys and also your spleen. Our kidneys are the organs that remove toxic products from our system. And in today's world, we take in a lot of toxins, not just by some of the food we eat. Most of the food, especially those of us that live in Europe, where most of the food is chemically engineered, we take in a lot of toxins through food. We take in a lot of toxins through breathing in car fumes. So we need to have a functioning kidney to help us remove most of these things from our system. And when you sleep on your left, as I said, your heart is pumping blood well. So this blood now flows into your kidneys. So when there is a good blood flow into your kidneys are able to do the work that they were meant to do, which is to detoxify your system. So those are the 8 health benefits of sleeping on the left side of your body. If you've been sleeping on your back, maybe for health reasons, or you had some serious operations and you cannot sleep on your left side, then that is understandable. But if you have nothing or any kind of obstruction, but you just like sleeping on your back, well, I hope that this video will make you to change your mind and you'll begin to learn to sleep more on your left. But the question is, most times we might start off sleeping on our left, and then in the night we turn to another direction to sleep. Some people even turn 360 degrees when they are sleeping. There are people like that. You find out that they slept with their head in one direction. By the next morning, their head is in another direction, and the leg is somewhere else. But if you want to really be steady sleeping on your left, not that you will not adjust and turn, to the other side and all that. You can adjust and turn. But if you want to sleep more on your left, it is good to use a pillow in between your legs when you're sleeping on your left. Maybe raise up your right leg a little bit on top of the pillow. That will actually help you. Then put a pillow at your side when you're sleeping. It will help you so that you will not turn too much. You can turn and adjust, but you always end up on the left side on your left side and all that. Because of all these research findings, that is why you find out that most doctors, they tell the pregnant woman to sleep on her left, because of the way the blood circulation is easier and more natural, so that the woman will not end up waking up feeling dizzy if she's sleeping a lot on her back. So it's always best as a pregnant woman, even though you like sleeping on your back, try to sleep more on your left side. So I think with that, I have covered most of what I wanted to cover. We're talking about all the health advantages you get when you learn to sleep more on your side. A lot of research has been done on this. In fact, in 2015, I think, there was a research done in a university in New York that has to do with the glymphatic system of the brain, where they actually did a lot of tests to discover that when you do sleep on your left side, this glymphatic system, the workability of this system is enhanced. That is, the ability for the system to really remove the waste from the brain is enhanced. And they are really concentrating on this part of the study when it comes to sleep and Parkinson's disease. Because as of today, really, there is no cure for Parkinson's. So if there is a way that the disease can be delayed just by something as natural as sleeping on your left, then I think a lot more research should be done in that area. So thank you so much for watching for today. If you've not subscribed to my channel, remember to subscribe. In my channel, I talk about preventive health. I tell you things you need to do to prevent different kinds of metabolic diseases. Because really, there's a lot of things in our food and the kind of food we eat. And there are a lot of ways as you grow older that you can actually prevent some metabolic diseases just by watching what you eat. And that is what my channel is all about. And by starting to take some supplements and some vitamins. So if you want to hear more about that, subscribe to my channel so that whenever I upload any health-related videos, you'll also be aware of it and get yourself informed. If you have any questions, if you have any contributions to this topic of the health benefits of sleeping on your left side, just drop your comments, drop your questions, and I'll answer them ASAP, as soon as possible. So once again, thank you so much for joining me on this stream for today, and stay blessed. Till next time.